I'm Cara and welcome to this session where we'll be stretching your quadriceps or your quads. So that's the front of your legs here. So when you're ready, we're going to start kneeling. Now, if you've got tight quads, you might already be feeling this. So one option is to bring a pillow between your hips and your heels, just to give you a little bit of extra space. So either sitting back on the pillow or sitting back on your ankles. It can feel quite a lot for your ankles, in which case do really take the time to come forward as and when you need to. Good, so for some of you this will already be a stretch here and maybe you just focus on that. Or you bring one hand slightly behind you and to the side. You can stay up on fingertips or bring the palm down, whichever feels more comfortable. And then the other arm's going to reach up and back to the sky. That might be enough and you stay there. Or you explore where that hand goes and where feels good for you. And maybe you can squeeze your glutes and lift your body high. Slow and controlled to lower down. Good. Swap the hands over. Again, try and find a place where the other hand feels good. Squeeze the glutes to lift and then slow to lower down, and we'll swap over a couple more times. Think about the tailbone long to get even more of a stretch. So that means if you had a tail, you'd be tucking it between your legs. So imagining that tail between your legs. Good, inhale through center, exhale, reach up and back. And then the next time we come down, we'll hold there. We're going to lift all the way up to kneeling. Bring one knee slightly further back than the other. And then with your hands by your sides, think about the tailbone tucking. So it's the front of the hips that will lift, the tailbone that will tuck slightly. Good, and you might already start to feel it in the hip or in the front of the leg. Sorry, now so my dog joining. Otherwise, you can reach the arms up and maybe lean back a little there. And then slow to come back through center. Swap the knees over to do exactly the same on the other side. So one knee comes back. Start with the hands by the sides. Think about lower ribs, belly button drawing in, tailbone tucking. And again, that might be it, that might be enough. Or reaching the arms up, reaching up and back to the sky. And then slow to lower down. Good, we're going to come all the way forward onto your tummy. Take your time to get there, bring one heel in. And then drawing the heel in as again you think tailbone long. So the front of the hips lifting, back of the hips dropping, as though we were tucking a tail between our legs. And then the same to the other side. Again, tucking that tail. Good. If that's already intense, you might just stay there. Maybe you hold both legs. That might be plenty enough, or you're pressing the ankles back, trying to lift the knees. Don't worry if you can't do this. You can stay down low, holding either one or both legs. And then slow to release down. Slow to lift up. Bring the knees forward between the hands, so the knees are more towards the front of the legs. Again, if you're super tight in the hips, this might be where you stay. Maybe you can come down without the cushion now if you had the cushion before, or maybe you're still too tight and that's fine to use the cushion. If you can go a little bit further, you're going to bring your hands back behind your feet. Gently press into the shins and see if you can lift your hips. Again, don't worry if you can't, but if you can, you lift your hips. And if you want to go further, think about the tailbone tucking, holding the stretch, steady breathing. 3, 2, 1, and then slow to release. Good, and hopefully those stretches just helped ease out the front of your leg.